Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. We are at the end of the year, or
end of the year.
At least as close to the end of the year as you're going to get for crowdfunding projects, because as Christmas approaches,
everybody shuts down.
No one's launching or backing board games, and if they are, they're ridiculous. Because everyone's focused on what they just got, what's coming in, and what
Paying
they're
their bills.
getting for the holidays, and we're here to tell you, before you're too focused on that holiday cash, on the Christmas presents for your kids, on that jewelry your wife wants,
spend some money on yourself.
Listen to me. Hear me out. Tell the family to write you a check for Christmas. Because we're going through 10 board games that if you didn't back them this last year, we, with our own hard-earned money, think that you probably should have, because we did.
We love them.
We've picked some games that we think are probably have flown under the radar. Like, this is not going to be sitting here telling you that you should have blacked, Simon's big relaunch of
Cthulhu Death May Die. Because we know you already did.
You probably already know about that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should back Kingdom Death and the Pledge Manager now, because if you haven't at this point, it's too expensive.
It's too late. It's way too late.
Here's the thing. There are some amazing indie gems and some amazing established titles that I think you probably are overlooking. We're going to give them to you. We're going to let you know. We're going to have links down below so you can swing over and actually check out the Pledge Managers. A lot of these are going to be closing as we approach the end of the year.
Yes.
Because they're ready to deliver. They're going to be, some of them are going to be coming in next year. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Starting with Robomon.
Robomon.
Okay, why did I pick Robomon? Because this is, I'm going to be honest, this is a me pick.
This is a you pick.
Less so a you pick.
It was a game that I read the rules on, and I was like, Jesse, I really just want you to do this. Because it really wasn't for me, but
trust me,
Jesse
if you grew up in the Pokemon era, I love it so much, the prototype's literally still here on a shelf, waiting for me to go ahead and bring out more coverage and more content on it, because I really, really love it. Here's the thing. If you grew up in the Pokemon era, if you are a fan of the classic yellow, red, blue, you took Charizard, you took Squirtle, you took Pikachu if you had yellow, this game is a love letter to you, and it's done really well. This is the best version of a Pokemon-style board game I've seen. I would argue that all the people that just went ahead and backed or bought the brand new, most successful open-world Pokemon video game that's ever existed, the first open-world one, the first true open-world one, that didn't even come close to what Breath of the Wild did, I'm going to be honest, they should just be backing this. There should be 13 million people buying Robomon right now because it's really good. It's got some lane battling here. When you actually go to combat, you play your characters, you spawn them out on the board, to have this little skirmish grid you're going through. It has a choose your own adventure story. It has bosses and badges that you follow and collect as Pokemon, Robomon that you get along the way. It has different types of elemental powers.
And all the maps are in a bound binder. It's very well done.
Has a whole set of characters that you're gaining, upgrading, customizing. It's a legacy-based campaign game. Choose your own adventure. And here's my video just screaming to the world
how much you love it. Robomon
is great. Because it is. And I'm not alone on this. Here we have One Stop Co-op Shop. We have Rolling Soul. We have Liege of Games. We have Runiverse. We have Ruel from Rahdo Runs Through. We have an entire roster of people that are telling you that this game is amazing. And not only that, but it's coming from Gabe Barrett, who is one of those publishers, one of those designers that I think is doing some of the best work in the industry, and I think they're kind of, they're still finding where they exist in the space. 10 years from now, though, it's going to be one of those names that you go to, you reference, you continue working with, you continue following and backing the projects they create. He's just great, and this game's a love letter to the Pokemon fans. That's my speech. West, we're moving on to number 2.
Moving on to number 2.
If you missed this one,
man, Orange Nebula has made one absolutely amazing game, and that is Unsettled. If you don't know what Unsettled is, it's an exploration game where you're working cooperatively, trying to take a look at new planets that are out there and solve puzzles and problems on those planets that you're in. The unique thing about it is that the box actually has 4 different modules that you get to start your games off with. You go through it, you pick up the different items on the planet, and then you go ahead and use those things to create different stuff that happens on the actual planet, and each planet is unique. And one of the greatest things about this Kickstarter, in my opinion, and that ONEB does so well, is they took all the information from the people who were pledging, and they said, hey, help us create new worlds. So the reason why it's taking a little bit more time right now to actually get this set out...
So they're actually designing the game
based around what people asked for.
Because you told them you wanted stuff.
It's awesome.
They're real board gamers. They're not just giving you some fake artificial Kickstarter or GameFound project that, like, unlocks stuff as you go.
Oh, it's amazing. And there's so much story involved in it. Everything is unique. Every piece of it is storied and fun. And it's not throwaway lines they're using. Everything is incredibly well themed, brought in together. I absolutely love this game, and I have a full all-in pledge coming to me because I missed the first Kickstarter, and I am so happy that they brought it out again.
Yeah, it's weird, it's twisted, it's sci-fi done right, but not always quite sci-fi either, because the different planets you're on might be more horror, might be more nature, might be more explorative. It's got a puzzle that you can play time and time again as you start figuring out first the story, and then how to actually beat it. And with this new set of expansions, you are working with an entire
huge
roster of content. This company, ONEB, and this game, along with, like, this is one of those companies that just keeps putting out gems. Vindication, unapologetically amazing.
Yep.
This game here, this is one to write home about. Every day of the week.
This is a great game.
It's amazing. You missed the first one.
I did. I completely missed the first one. I had no idea anything about it. It was well over a year ago.
You feel like an idiot.
100%.
If they're missing this
on a regular basis. If you're missing this
probably
now,
idiots.
Definitely you could be smarter. Please don't be like me.
Yeah.
Get in this game. It's beautiful.
Don't be like West. Okay, next game.
And that's a cooperative game, and I don't like cooperative games in a regular basis, and it was wonderful.
Next game that we're moving to, I wish I had more to show off here. View the campaign, perfect. Let's do that. We're going to be talking about Earth. This was one of those games that actually, and I'll be honest about this, did better than I expected it on Kickstarter. Now, why did I not fully expect it to do well? Because I didn't think aesthetically it looked that appealing. It was using some clip art. It had this scene here, which is a beautiful scene, but for a board game, you're never quite sure the quality in the box, right?
Yep.
But I think it looks nice. I'll tell you what, when I sat down and actually started playing this, I fell head over heels. Now, we do some commercial work with Inside Up, so keep that in mind as I'm talking about this. That being said, it's really, really good. So what is this? This is going to be a Euro game. There's going to be a big resource management game. This is going to be like a point salad on steroids. You're going to be playing a variety of cards from your hand. You're going to have a whole cycle of cards that you're composting. You're laying down this tableau, building out a forest, building out an ecosystem, and triggering all these things that just give you more stuff. It's kind of like Terraforming Mars in the sense that you're running your resource management engine, but instead of Terraforming Mars where it's really tight and really, really crunchy, Earth is going to be one of those that just gives you a cataclysm of stuff to use. Every action you take gives you rewards. It's now just about how you maximize and use those rewards the best. It feels so good to play. It's just fun.
I remember when this came in and I was excited to play it and you played it without me.
Have you never played it?
I've not played this
game.
Maybe
we'll try to fix that. This is another one where I have a prototype sitting off on the shelf because I enjoyed this so much. I've just intended to get it back to the table and cover it again leading up to it actually delivering.
I thought you were going to say I intended to give it back and then just accidentally kept it.
I never told them I would give it back. Earth is really lovely. If you love resource engines, if you love point salad games, if you love games that just feel rewarding while still giving you a lot of crunchy choice, Earth does that. If you're like me and you love nature and you love seeing a little bit of flavor text, and actually, I'll admit it, I do actually like the pictures now. You like the aesthetic of a game that's using real life photography and real life imagery from around the world to kind of showcase and show everything off. Earth does that really, really well. I think there's going to be, I don't know how many people backed this, but when this comes in, I'm telling you, 10,000 people back this. When this comes in, there are going to be 10,000 people screaming about this game, and if you're not on this pledge manager, you're going to be one of those people that's searching eBay to see if there's going to be a copy available. This, I think, is Inside Up's evergreen.
Yeah.
I just do. I think it's that good.
That's cool.
So, That's my pitch. That's my pitch on Earth. Really liked it. I've continued talking about it. I'm sure as we get to the end of the year, it's going to be in my list of top 10 from this year. It's one of the ones that just continued to stand out and continue to be memorable. West Todd. We had a time with this.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know if the game's good, but our experience of it...
It was fantastic.
It was really fun.
It was so much fun. So the Dark Quarter... it's an app-driven game.
New Orleans, and 1981.
It
was a hot summer record.
It's a game that you will be playing, and it is an adult version of a traditional app-driven board game. There's curse words in it. There's horrendous, horrible things that are happening on this, and you have your own character that you're playing, and you can choose as a detective to actually work on the story and try and solve the puzzle, or you can go down your own path and figure out what happened to you. Why are you such a messed up person? And there are actually like powers in this game as well. You have abilities. While you're technically still a person, there's something about you that's different, and you use that to your advantage. To help solve murder mysteries in theory, but you also can find out why you're the way that you are by delving into this app as well. So I think that's what I love the most about it.
Yeah.
The story was great. It was a lot of fun, but the concept of, hey, there's something going on about me, and I can research that as part of it, which I thought was great.
This is a combination of Lucky Duck and Van Ryder games. Van Ryder coming at it from the dark, horrific, gory side. We're talking Detective City of Angels, the best detective game I've ever played. Mm-hmm. We're talking Final Girl, a horror-based board game that is amazing and immersive storytelling.
Yeah, so good.
And you're pulling it all together with Lucky Duck working off their Destinies or Chronicle of Crime system, which is their app-based board game system. Good. Voiceover, sound effects, aesthetic, artwork. They're pulling the best app-driven board game experiences on the market.
Yep.
And I know not everyone's looking for it. I know it's not right for everyone.
Sure.
But
man, it's good.
If you're interested at all, this is where you should enter into the hobby space. If you want a mature version of Destinies, if you want an unapologetic detective story, if you want something dark, twisted, nightmarish, horrific, this Dark Quarter is one of those first games that kind of did what Ryan Reynolds is doing with Deadpool. And he's going like, I know Marvel is normally PG-13, but what if we tried?
What if we did something different?
What if my dick was out? Right. Like, what if that, like, have we thought about that before? Mm-hmm. Dark Quarter's like,
it's that game.
What if we murdered someone? It was gruesome and we described the blood dripping off the end of the end table where their head smashed against. And we told you, like, dropped 3 F-bombs and called your mother a cow in the process.
And grabbed it with your hand, looked at it,
licked it a little bit,
and then licked it to double check. Like, that's where we're going here.
And West and I played the game and we went, that was fun.
It was awesome.
It was really good. That was really good.
It was really good. It was really good. It's a great game. Highly recommended.
Back it? I don't know.
Do yourself a favor.
You do what you want. You do what you want. I will make an angry video a year from now, though. West, let's put this on the timetable.
Okay.
A year from now. Or as soon as the vast majority of these are delivered.
Okay.
We're going to go back through and we're going to make a video that just says, I told you so.
I told you.
I told you so.
Yep.
This one came in, sold for 4 times its price, was super excited. This one's 8.3 on BGG. This one relaunched to 20,000 new backers.
We told you.
I told you about Oathsworn, didn't I? They did great. I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy for them. West Todd. West Todd. I don't know anything about this one, so I'm not going to tell him so on this one. You might get fired if this one sucks.
Well, you know, this is
also... So back this game or else West gets fired.
This is by Gabe Barrett, too.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Never mind.
Yeah.
This one... this one's by Gabe Barrett as well?
It sure is.
That's so cool.
Right?
I was just talking about how he was a designer that I thought was doing incredible things.
I know.
And this is the game that you were like, hey, Jesse, listen, we've got 9.
Yep.
I have a game that I know you don't know.
Yep.
But I insist it's here.
You've got to try this.
All right.
Because it's so good.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so this particular one, it's a campaign for 3 different games.
That's funny that we have 2 of his on here.
I agree with you. But there's 3 different games that came with this particular pledge, and you don't have to pledge all 3 of them. You can just pledge one of them if you want. The 3 different games are Hand of Destiny, and Hand of Destiny is the one that I am the most excited about, and I've actually played because you did get a chance to have the print and play cards come out.
Cool.
So I've played with those. I've also played the Forgotten Road as well.
Okay.
Those cards came out too. The idea with the Hand of Destiny is that I love playing solo board games. The problem with solo board games is sometimes they take an entire giant table, and I don't have time or space for that. I want a game that I can just hold in my hand and play without a board game table or anything. I just want to hold it in my hand,
hold me in your hand.
That's what Hand of Destiny does.
I'll be a game for you.
Oh, thanks, man. But you actually hold everything in your hand. You don't need a table for it. You could play the entire game just sitting there. And I want to play more board games, and one of the ways that I can do that is by playing this type of game here. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. The Realm of Shadows is 3 different games, like I said. You can do all 3. The Pledge Manager closes on the 16th.
Oh.
Do yourself a favor, pledge these. You're not going to be upset about it, especially Hand of Destiny.
I mean, I'm going to go pledge it.
You should.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
really
go
good.
It, even though you already have it coming in.
I do.
I'm sorry, I can't talk so positively about Gabe Barrett and then have you tell me this game's amazing. Did you even know Robomon was Gabe?
I didn't.
I
honestly
saw you
didn't.
Scroll up to double
That's why
check.
I looked at it, I was like, wait, oh my gosh, okay, well, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Gabe, we will send you an invoice for this video later on, because, oh doggy. Okay, Malia, Lands of Legends. This is going to be the Pledge Manager. I believe it's open.
It is.
I don't think it's going to be open for too much longer. Malia is 6 years of development work on an open world, choose your own adventure style campaign game, cooperative, where they've combined riddles, clues, little pieces of artwork where, like, if you see a bush with the number 16 in it, you go grab card 16 and you found something in that bush. Book. Think about, like, a game, like one of those mystery games where you can find little cues and hidden little tuck boxes and stuff throughout the course of play.
Okay.
Malia does that in every aspect of its playthrough. You come to a door that just has this code on it, and as you continue playing through the campaign, you might be able to circle back around and open that door for a side quest if you figured out what the riddle to that door lock is.
Nice.
That's the cool thing. They took a campaign game, and instead of saying, like, we're going to play with the classic archetypes, we're going to have it be combat upgrade, combat upgrade, combat upgrade. This is talking about the story and the campaign and the adventure and just the journey that you get to take as a group of characters. I think Malia is going to come in, and it's going to help redefine or set expectations for what some of these campaign games can do.
Really?
Not in every way,
okay,
but in the way that they're doing immersive storytelling and immersive choose-your-own-adventure storytelling that isn't as simple as an A-B choice or like a 1-2, you know, this is the consequence and it all ends up at the same area.
Wow.
This is really letting you control and expand on your own thing.
That's very cool.
I am insanely excited about this. This is also a prototype that I have that I still would like to do more coverage on. It's really hard to do a ton of coverage. We release daily videos, and but that's my mental gymnastics, not yours. Malia, you should be backing Malia. Let's continue.
Super excited about this next one. Oh, Leaf. Okay, Tim Eisner, I don't know what he does.
Gentleman and a scholar.
He makes amazing games. And we got this game in, and so beautiful, so unique. The idea of it is that it's the fall, and leaves are falling down on the ground, and as they fall, where their points touch, it gives you the actions that you can do on your turn.
Some of the best table presence in a board game this year.
Beautiful.
And the
so cool.
mechanics just happen to tie with what you're experiencing and what you're seeing across the board in front of you.
It's amazing. I mean, there's different things that you're doing in it, like you're creating set combinations with different animals and you're trying to get them to go through. Yeah, they're wood. Isn't that amazing? We have a prototype, or had a prototype of this, and it was all like just heavy cardstock. These are literally wood leaves. I know, right? And that game was so much fun.
I never scrolled this and like took a moment to look at this and see the deluxe version has 60 wooden mushrooms.
Yep.
Everything's wood.
Everything is wood.
32 wooden screen printed leaf tiles.
They're beautiful.
How much is this? What are they selling this for? 65 for all the wood you could imagine? I'm going to put it all in my mouth and then go eat a tree. This game's so good. I'm sorry.
It's so good.
That's what this video is. It's telling you to spend money. This game's really darn good.
It's really good.
And it's really good. And the deluxeified version is going to be so satisfying to play with. I don't know what to tell you.
We loved it so much just with heavy cardstock, and it was amazing. It was so much fun to play.
Now, it is an aesthetic game. Mm-hmm. It's an aesthetic-based game.
It is.
If you don't get into the idea of, like, fall spreading across the board and, like, this abstracted, like, design element and, like, squeezing leaves together, yeah, maybe it's not right for you. But if you see this at all, if you're, like, a Wingspan fan that's looking for the next thing...
Yeah.
Man.
This is good. This is really good. And throughout it, you're also adding mushrooms to the leaves, and you're making your mushrooms grow so you can score victory points at the end.
Because you're laying down a deciduous layer.
You also have a tree that you're trying to climb with your squirrel, so there's lots of different pathways for you to score victory points at the end of the game. It was beautiful, it was so well done, and just an incredibly fun game to play, and amazing table presence.
Yeah.
And with the fact that it's all wood now, I don't know. Like I don't know how you don't enjoy this game. It's that good.
You know, the reason why I didn't realize that it was wood, because this is one of those games that we covered, I loved. I went in and pressed back it.
Yep.
And then didn't check. I didn't check what I was getting.
Because you was just like, wanted it.
Yeah, I like your game. Give me whatever you're giving me. Mm-hmm. That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's such a great game.
I'm so happy about that. I don't even know if do we do all the rest of these? We have to, I suppose.
We have to, yeah.
Necromolds.
Oh, man.
You ever wanted to play with Play-Doh? You ever want to squish things? You ever want to have a skirmish combat game that you could play with grown adults and have just as much fun as you could with your 8-year-old son or daughter? Daughter probably 7, because she's smarter. We'll be honest about that.
Yeah.
Boy was a little too rough and tumbly in his early years. A little bit of brain damage. Never hurt.
No.
Did hurt a little bit.
Never broke bones.
Ah.
Never broke bones.
Hurt
a lot. Never broke bones.
Necromolds is going to be the acclaimed skirmish game. Dice Tower approved, I believe. Dice Tower, like, Gold Seal approved, I believe. Skirmish game that allows you to take a hunk of Play-Doh, squish it into a molding book, pop out your miniature, and the amount of miniatures you get, the amount of skirmish creatures you get is based off of the amount of Play-Doh you have. So if you get one big honker, he's stronger, he's bigger, he smashes things. Or you get a bunch of little guys that climb up his knife and just, like, stab him with knives.
And then when they die, it's so much fun.
This version comes with weapons, modular little shields, upgrades, staffs, little pieces that you get to, like, stick in them. Yeah, yep. Seal of Excellence. Best Games of 2021. Tabletop XP Awards.
If you've been to Gen Con, any of those times, this game is always sold out.
Look at his cushion. Big squishes. Yes.
This game is always sold out.
I did an unboxing video of this.
I've ever been able to grab it.
I just had fun touching it. That was it. That was all. I cannot wait for a full all-in pledge to show up at my house so I can once again unbox it, play with it, and see all the new crazy cool little things that they're actually producing. This is one of those brilliant ideas that a company like Play-Doh just needs to buy.
Yep.
Although, knowing like how big companies work, they're probably just going to copy it and do their own version of it.
Yeah, and it'll be a third of the uniqueness.
Yeah, and the entirety of the board game industry is going to know that it existed here with Necromolds first, and that he's the rightful heir to all Play-Doh-based board game content. Here's the thing. Mystery Ring Pack. Collect all 22 designs. He's doing this, like, unlockable pack of squishing rings.
It's so cool.
So cool. It's so cool. You get these upgraded monster packs. Oh, man. You want a game that you could, like, teach to your kids and then reward them with cool opportunities? Grab 50 of those ring packs, and then just, like, every time your kid mows the lawn, ring pack, let's go play a game. Let's see what you get.
The best part is, as a parent, I always am looking for games to play with my kids that are fun and that aren't some incredibly boring, frustrating game that I don't really want to play, but I want to play a board game and spend time with them. This is great. This is fun.
Really good. It's really good. Is this someone painting their Necromolds?
Apparently.
I mean, it's cool. I don't understand that, though.
I don't either, but hey, do you, boo.
Do you, boo. That's what we always say here. That's the catchphrase of our channel. Septima by Mind Clash Games.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go ahead and establish the caveat, the big old caveat. I love nearly everything that Mind Clash Games has put out.
I completely agree with you.
I am obsessed with and would like to play more of Cerebria.
Yep.
I'd like to play Tarkarion. Mm-hmm. I love it in theory. It's a heavy game and I haven't...
It looks beautiful.
Anachrony might be my favorite Euro game. I'm not sure yet.
Really
I need to continue exploring it. It might be. That being said, Septima might be, in my opinion, the best game so far from Mind Clash Games. Mm-hmm. Reason being, it was accessible with room to grow, right? Yeah. So like you could enter into it. It had a lot of great choice. It had amazing production. I loved the theme. I loved the way that you built your tableau and your like little Euro worker placement system here. It had an interaction with the players that wasn't always necessary but was consequential when it happened.
Absolutely.
And like I said, it had room to expand, and I really, really, really loved that because we played base game.
Yeah.
And base game was super crunchy. But before you got here, Sheer and I had played with the full expansion. Mm-hmm. The full expansion was also really crunchy. And Sheer and I hadn't even incorporated in the little animalistic elements that transform your person into another person, and your like witch can then explore the forest as a creature instead of a witch.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Septima is all about...
No, don't tell them about that.
We're not allowed to tell them about what the game is?
It's a legacy game. You open it up yourself. You believe us. You back it. You open it up and you discover it for yourself.
Okay.
No, tell them. Go ahead.
You're a coven of witches, and you're basically building potions. You're trying to cure people, because that's, according to this, what witches were really trying to do, was cure people, and they were randomly getting sick, so witches were curing them. But of course, there's also witch hunters who are going throughout the forest, and as you're picking herbs and things to create your potions, they're out hunting you, and if they catch you, then there's a whole situation that happens where you have to stand trial, and then your coven tries to influence people in that particular situation so that you might be able to win your person back. You could steal a witch from somebody else at that same time and make your coven even larger. So the game just has so many fun, unique pathways for you to go to end up scoring points and winning the game.
I really, 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 really liked this game.
It was so accessible.
I need the final version
and easy
to like tell you for sure if this is the best Mind Clash game so far. Mm-hmm. I've got nostalgic memories and a journey with Cerebria. Mm-hmm. Anachrony, like I said, is
Perseverance too.
Well, Perseverance I haven't actually tabled. Shira's got it. She's read through the rules.
Yep. I have it too.
But I don't know.
Septima's great.
It's really good.
It's really good. It's as crunchy as the others without being difficult to table.
I think I'm actually going to play it.
To accomplish.
I think I'm going to be able to play it. Mm-hmm. Sleeping Gods, Distant Skies. Mm. You want a story-paced game? You want a game coming from a publisher, Ryan Lockett, Red Raven Games, where he does the artwork, the writing, the design, the exploration, the story. A guy that is one of the founders of the flipbook experience in games, from Above and Below, from Near and Far. One of the people that has redefined the board game industry through his sheer tenacity of incorporating Euro mechanics, worker placement mechanics, crunchy mechanical games with story-driven thematic engines. This game, Sleeping Gods, Distant Skies specifically, is going to allow you to take a group of people, a group of explorers, out onto an adventure, exploring various different flips around the map, gathering resources, upgrading your items, and looking for whatever mission you have. There's various different exit pathways if it's based off of the original Sleeping Gods, and you have a lot of different story arcs that you'll be able to follow. This is a game that is packed full of replayability, packed full of experiential and explorative narrative, and packed full of crunchy mechanics that give you a lot of choice and a lot of agency over the actual gameplay like system and experience. Really great cooperative game, fantastic solo game. Ryan Lockett, Red Raven Games, big fan, major fan, and super, super excited to actually get a copy of this in hand. This is one of those campaigns. If you're going to give me a list of like 10 campaigns that I want to sit down and play next year.
Yeah, this is one.
Oh, it's on there.
Yeah.
It's on there.
That's our 10.
It's a video.
We're definitely going to be going back and looking at this in a year.
Why not?
I feel like
I'm right about all of these.
We are 100%
I'm
right.
unapologetically right about all of these.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't know what to tell you, and I know you can't back them all. Back the ones that you think are right for you.
Yep.
I'm not trying to make you spend do not if you're putting it on a credit card, don't back any of these. That's a bad decision. You know that. Stop it. But if you can,
Aunt Edna's gonna buy you a pair of socks. Tell her, hey,
don't get the socks.
Don't give me socks, and don't try to find a version of Monopoly.
Give Barrett your money. You give him your money. You hear me?
Exactly.
No, I mean, I'll be honest. These are games that you should put on your holiday list. Have someone pledge it for you. These are games where if you have a little bit of extra cash at the end of the year and you're in a position to back these before the PMs close, this is a good cycle to get on.
Yep.
These are the games that, tried and true, over the course of this year, they've stuck with me. They've been memorable.
Yep.
Now, these might not be all of my favorite campaigns throughout the year.
Oh, no, there's a lot of other ones that we loved.
I'm going to be honest with you. You missed out on some of those because the Pledge Manager closed.
Mm-hmm.
You could get these. These are the ones that are available to you. These are really good.
They are very
I've said that 700-800 times.
And I know some are closing very soon.
Hold us to this. We'll revisit this list.
We will.
And I will...
Guarantee.
I will meet any of you in person. You can have my phone number. Give me a call if you buy and do not like one of these games based off of your own personal tastes. Like, if you think this game seems right for you, and it shows up, and you think
like
it's trash, hand me my personal phone number, send me an email, we'll get on the phone, and we'll figure it out. Because we're not wrong.
We're definitely not wrong.
We're just not wrong. Sorry. I don't know what you want from me.
Probably your wallet to buy the games for them.
I don't have money. I backed all these games. What do you think?
That's very true.
What do you think I'm doing this video?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm paying for some of these games.
Yeah,
I need them to watch all these YouTube ads
so that we can buy more games.
So I can earn $4 on every 1,000 views.
Yes.
And I can buy these games.
You can buy one of them.
I don't think this video will even help me afford one of them.
I think Realm of Shadows you could buy one of those.
Like one of the little $20 ones?
Yeah, it's pretty inexpensive.
This video just bought me Realm of Shadows.
Yay!
Games getting the revenue.
That's right.
For those of you that think YouTube makes money.
Well, board games don't make any money either.
So.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a list. It's a list.
It's a good list. It's a very good list. There were other games that I wish we could have put on the list, but their Pledge Managers closed. So
yeah, leave them off. Leave them off. They don't deserve it.
These are great.
These games are holding out for you. For this video. Then they're all going to close before we actually post this video, and it's going to be an awkward conversation. I had that happen. ISS Vanguard closed before I posted the last Pledge Manager video, and like a dozen people were like, "Oh my gosh, I missed it! Holy cow, I should go get that! You said it's really good." Turns out it is really good.
Yeah, it's great.
They clicked on the page and they're like, "Hey, grayed out, can't buy it." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. That's awkward because I was right, and you're going to be disappointed."
Very disappointed.
Yeah.
They have the best tasting miniature.
I want people to come back and let us know what they spend on eBay picking up these games, or from like Facebook Marketplace, what they spend picking up these games when they decided not to back them now.
Exactly.
Which is not always the worst decision, to be fair. Like, don't lose your money for a year on a risk, on a gamble, on some YouTubers telling you these games are good, and buy it at like a 50% markup.
That works.
Unless you're getting some of them that are going to be at like a 324% markup. And then wait for the relaunch and join the other 20,000 people that didn't get it the first time.
Like all the people who paid $200 for the Unspeakable box? Yeah.
But they didn't know that was coming back.
They didn't.
Which is fair for them.
Totally fair.
I was one of those people. I bought a full pledge of the private market from a dude in California.
And that one scenario in Gloomhaven?
I paid, oh man.
Yeah.
I paid...
It was like $150 for that or something?
No. I paid like $60 for the solo scenarios from Gloomhaven. And then like 3 months later, it was like, hey, they're available again. The reprint was coming in. I was like, $15? Who sold that to me?
Yeah.
I bought it off Amazon, so like I just trusted the price. I've learned not to trust private sellers on Amazon. Man, they'll flinch you for stuff.
They definitely will. They definitely will.
Like, I saw Kingdom Death up there at one point for like $800.
What?
It's just a single copy. Some dude. But if you're looking for Kingdom Death and you're on Amazon, that's the only copy that you see.
And you know it's expensive, so
why not?
Hey, it's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were all the miniatures put together, I feel like that.
I don't want them to build my miniatures.
But for someone who
doesn't cares as much as I care.
That's fair. But for someone who doesn't build miniatures,
no, get out of here.
Oh.
Don't touch my miniatures. Don't you build mine. It's part of the experience. It's part of the good part of the game.
It is part of the experience.
Good part of the game. You don't deserve the Kingdom Deaths. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do more than get on placing yes. See you next time. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Was that English?
I'm falling asleep.
You can't fall asleep. We have to drive.
Eyes are closed.
I see them.
Currently sleeping. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Wow, what a good dream.
Do you snore?
I do a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dreaming about all the board games that
you want to play
aren't backing.
That's a very sad, almost a nightmare.
They're crying.
Very crying.
Desperately.
Yeah.